Hey students, I hope you're doing well. I am in the process of reviewing your drafts, and I'm so sorry that's taking much longer than I'd anticipated. A lot of you needed me to review outlines, and unfortunately, the great thing is I love doing that because I like seeing you get on track. But the reality is, when I'm going back and redoing a lot of work, it then pushes other grading to the forefront or to the back. So, anyways, I'm about halfway done, but I did want to go ahead and create this video that's going to be due on Sunday. I am going to push your final deadlines for your final essay um, until Wednesday. I'm doing this number one because I don't have your drafts back to you soon enough, and I don't want you to have to work on your weekend if you don't need to. But secondly, to give you some time to be able to meet with me if you have any questions. So let's go over some of my concerns for this cause and effect essay. Guys, the very first concern I have, a lot of you are not reviewing the feedback on your outline because I saw this a lot in the outlines. And I thought by leaving comments that you would then transition those ideas to the draft, but a lot of you just didn't make that transition. This is supposed to be about a future goal. You cannot talk about something that you have already accomplished in your lifetime. For example, you cannot write an essay about how you learn to control your anxiety or find your peace. If you are writing in the past tense and telling me what you have already done, then you have completely missed the purpose of this essay. This is supposed to be a future goal. And what I mean by that, I want you to think about that eulogy essay you wrote and think about the different goals that you had for yourself, whether they were occupational, whether they were about your character, whatever the case may be. And focus, and I should have put this in the notes, focus on one goal. Okay. And then what you're going to be doing, guys, you're going to map out how you're going to get there. So I want to show you an example of this. Maybe in your eulogy essay, you talked about becoming a parent one day. And so your thesis statement might be, in order to become a wonderful mom, okay, this is your goal. This is the effect. I know I need to be a good listener to my kids. Okay, y'all, this is body paragraph 1. I need to be intentional with my time with them. There's body paragraph 2. And educate myself through learning from child education experts, counselors, and specialists. There's body paragraph 3. The goal or the effect is to be a wonderful mom. You have given me the roadmap of how you plan to do that. And those are those 3 actions and causes that we see right here highlighted in blue. Guys, those are your topic sentences. In those body paragraphs, you're going to go into a deeper explanation of how you plan to do that action. So let's take a look at an example. So if this is your thesis, and remember the thesis belongs in the introduction, and it's typically the last sentence of the introduction. Let's pretend this is a body paragraph in that same essay, okay? Right here, we have our topic sentence, the first sentence of this paragraph. In order to become a wonderful mom, so there's our goal, our effect, I will be intentional with my time for my children, okay? Y'all, that came directly from our thesis statement, right? We see that right here. And then we go into more depth. It says many adults are constantly on their phones. I don't want to waste the 18 years I have with them living in my home and one day realize that I wasted a lot of my precious time. In order to ensure that intentionality happens, I will create a daily schedule and stick to the tasks at hand so that when I'm with them, they get my full attention. We will ensure that dinner time is a sacred family time by putting our phones away between the hours of 5 and 9 p.m. This way, when I'm attempted to be distracted at work, my phone is away from my kids. Intentionality is key to being the kind of mother I want to be one day. Okay, we see that reiteration of that summative sentence. Y'all, this is an action, okay? This is a cause. This is a plan of what you're going to do in order to become that goal, that wonderful mom. So that's just an example of what the thesis should look like, and then an example of the body paragraph. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, do not use second person point of view language by referring to the reader as you, your, us, we, our, etc. When you choose to do this, you are starting to write a how-to essay, and that is not the purpose. Everything you do should be in first or third person only. Guys, when we say first or third person, these mean words like I, me, myself, they, them, my mom, my dad. Okay, we don't want to be saying, when you want to become a better mother, you do. That's a how to, and that is not the goal of this paper. So, a little tip, go to the find tool in your Word document and search for these key words that I talked about right here and replace those words in the sentence with either first or third person. Check for fragments. Fragments are sentences that are not complete. Make sure that you are writing incomplete sentences. And then finally, check your MLA format. Y'all, that's only 10 points, but 10 points, that's a letter grade. Some of you are forgetting to double space. You're forgetting to use Times New Roman. You're forgetting to go to your header and highlight it and make that a consistent font. You're forgetting a creative title. So these are just a few things that I really want you to pay attention to, particularly this thesis and body paragraph development. I want you to go through and look at this document after you review this EdPuzzle. And I really want you to look at your own paper and ask yourself, am I doing all of these things? Once you get the feedback from me, probably by sometime on Friday or Saturday morning, and then you review this video, make those revisions and edits, and then submit for your final submission on Wednesday. If you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'm only a phone call or an email away.